not very complimentary of the way you guys played. He said we were soft, we didn't defend until the end. I know it's a win, so that's better to talk about stuff like this following a victory, but kind of where are you at with where this team's at? Is it 5 games in 7 days? Is it shorthanded?
I'm happy Vooch, said that. I think he spoke up in the locker room too. I think we certainly all felt that way at the half. Listen, we got guys down, right? And some guys not feeling well, and then coupled with the fact that it's 5 and 7, right? This is what we all signed up for. We all could be doing something else that was probably a lot more difficult than playing 5 games in 7 nights. So, we got a lot more physical, I thought, in the second half. I thought we covered for each other a lot more in the second half. I thought we rebounded better in the second half. But I think to Vucevic's point, it's not sustainable to play a half. We've got to do that more. I thought we put our bodies in play a lot more. There was a lot more of a presence at the basket. The hard part for us tonight was maybe, shots weren't falling because it was 5 and 7 and guys' legs were maybe a little bit dead. We generated good looks. We couldn't make a 3, but I thought we ended up winning the game just because I thought we battled in the second half to get ourselves back in the game.
When you get those stops like you did in that final minute, does that kind of show you what you can be when you put your bodies into plays and defend?
Yeah. Like I said before, I'm optimistic about the team because I've seen these guys do it, right? These are choices that they have to make. And like I said, like last year, we talked about this last year, we were, had a huge advantage, in transition as a team, a huge advantage. But when that was taken away, whether it had been a half-court defense or half-court offense or whether the game was being played on the glass, it was very, very difficult for us to win. And I've said this before about, our team. We don't have margins like that. And we got very, very fortunate, to win tonight. And we found a way to make enough plays at the end. But I think to Vucevic's point, the sustainability of that's not there. And you know what? It's hard. It's really, really hard. But I would say, people can talk about all they want to win. I don't know. I'd like to go to the moon. I have no interest in becoming an astronaut or what it takes to become an astronaut, right? So, if you want to win, there's things that you have to do on a consistent basis, right? And your behaviors have to show that. And we've got to be better in those areas and more physical in those areas more consistently, I think.
When you hear took a charge on Whitmore in the fourth quarter, he had basically what were the game-winning free throws, and they had still late. What did it mean to be able to have him on the court late in that game?
Yeah, he's great. I've said this about him. He's a winner. He makes plays. He's really, really smart. Got a really high IQ. I thought he was really good coming down the stretch. And listen, I was really, happy with the way that we competed there in the second half. But we don't have the margins to be able to do that every night. We're going to have to play. I'm not going to say perfect basketball. I don't mean it that way. But we don't have a luxury of, giving up 70 points in the first half like that. We got to be much better than that.
Billy, when you hear the way Vuce is talking about the team, and I think you said he addressed the locker room after the fact, what is central in his message? Is it defense? Is it just general effort? Is it the margins like you're talking about? What do you think he's hitting?
I think it's the things that we talk about as a team, the things, however our identity is on offense and defense, it's the things that we, talk about as a team. That's all it is in doing those things on a consistent basis, in terms of helping each other on defense, being there. If somebody does need help, if there's a pick and roll and the guy's rolling to the rim, can somebody pull over and be there? I think sometimes when you're dealing with some younger players, they do get to a place mentally of they're so worried about their man scoring, they don't see the play developing in time and understand where the play is going to. So from that perspective, I think it's more about the things that we talk about doing every single day. And listen, Vuce has been great since I've been with him, and I appreciate as a veteran guy standing up. He knows the things that go into winning, and I think the more he can articulate those things to our players, especially to young guys, to understand it, it's important.
The volatility of this team. You talk about the margin. It felt like you guys were doing so much right in the wins against Denver and all these East playoff teams, but then you played, this team close, and you lose to Utah in double OT. Do you make anything of that, the sort of teams you are playing close and the teams that you have shown the capability to be?
Yeah, the only thing I can say to that is you, at this level, when you play 5 games in 7 nights, right, opponents, the other team, that cannot be any level of inspiration. You have to be internally motivated, in my opinion, because there's going to be nights where you're sore, you're tired, and just the human nature part of making excuses. Like, a lot of guys are like, man, I'm tired. It's been 5 and 7, and I'm probably beat up. They probably all are. I mean, it's just the way the schedule is, and I'm not making excuses for them, but they have to mentally overcome that, and fight through it. And I thought we did. And I gave our guys credit from this standpoint. I thought we could not make a shot tonight on a consistent basis. We've shot the ball very well, and we tried to do other things to get back into the game because putting the ball in the basket wasn't going well.